A very good evening to one and all present. I am Sandeep Bansali from the team GIBS Business School, Bangalore. Today, we all are virtually connected as a part of GIBS Light of Knowledge webinar series. Today's topic is how to use LinkedIn for the effective career management. I welcome all the participants to this webinar on behalf of GIBS family. Please allow me to say a few words about GIBS before we proceed further. GIBS Business School Bangalore is a place where talents are nurtured, ambitions cherished, ideas shared, and dreams fulfilled. GIBS Business School is a part of Goel Educational Trust, which is an exclusive business school based in Bangalore. We are an AICT approved PGDM. We offer AICT approved PGDM program and BBA from Bangalore University. To prepare its students for success, GIBS has designed the Industry 4.0 curriculum and introduced a number of unique programs for GIB students like Innovation, Research and Entrepreneurship Program, Finishing School, the Sports Management Certification Program, and the Business Mastery Program. Since our inception, we have an excellent placement track record. Our students have been determined to be industry ready by the majority of the big corporates. Throughout the course, we ensure that there is a proper balance of practical and the theory knowledge. In 2021, GIBS has been ranked as AAA by the Career 360, 11th Best Emerging B School by Times of India, 19th Best B School of Eminence in India, and 12th Best B School in Karnataka by Competitive Success Review. GIBS has feathered by Forbes India as a New Age B School and the Best Emerging B School by the Outlook 2022. GIBS has introduced a series of free national and international level webinars, leadership talk series, panel discussions on trending topics called as GIBS Spreading the Light of Knowledge. I would like to extend a warm greeting to Mr. Surya Prakash Mahapatra, the Global Head, Talent Transformation at Wipro, the resource person for today's webinar. Sir, we are really grateful that you have accepted our invitation in this webinar as a keynote speaker, sir. It is my privilege to have you here, sir. And I would be very, very honored and privileged to introduce Mr. Surya Prakash Mahapatra, sir, to this distinguished audience. Mr. Surya sir has currently working as the Global Head Talent Transformation at Wipro. He has about 20 plus years of experience in various leadership roles in the several leading IT and ITES organizations. Prior to Wipro, he has worked in HP, Microland, First Ring, Computer Garage, and few other organizations. Mr. Surya has extensive experience in setting up and running learning and development functions for organizations in India and even in the international borders. Mr. Surya has set up the global training function for Wipro BPO spanned across 10 different locations globally in Brazil, Mexico, Romania, Poland, China, and India. In the past, he has played a key role in setting up the training functions in HP GBS. He was one of the key contributors for HP's Charisma program as a global lead for the training trial, some of the best in class initiative led by them. He has received the industry recognition as well. Mr. Surya is a regular speaker at the various national and international forums on topics related to HR, L&D, corporate culture, and the spirituality. His articles have been published in various journals and magazines. He is in the editorial board of L&D community for quarterly e-magazine Ekakshara. So this is a short profile which I read about you. The profile is quite a long, so I beg a pardon for that, and I request all the students to post your Q&A or the doubts in the Q&A section. We will take up all those questions at the end of the session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Surya sir. So hopefully we'll have a more wonderful and amazing session throughout this time, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, sir.
Sandeep, thank you. Just one quick question. Do the participants have access to the chat window?
Yes, they have the access to the Q&A, sir, not the chat window. They have access to the Q&A section, sir.
Okay, only to the Q&A section. Okay.
Only to yes.
Okay. Sandeep, thank you very much for this kind introduction and kind words about me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I would also like to thank GIBS Business School for inviting me to this session and for giving me the opportunity to facilitate a session on this topic, leveraging LinkedIn for better career management. Now, friends, LinkedIn is a very important tool that all of us have today. It's one of the premier social media platforms. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to share a presentation which I will use as we move through this session. Give me a second, I will bring it up on my screen so that all of you can see this. Sandeep can confirm if the slides are seen on the screen.
Yes, sir. The screen is
Fantastic.
visible, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. So, how to leverage the social media platform called LinkedIn for better career management, for effective career management. But the question is, all of us know that we need a social media platform like LinkedIn for networking, for creating a personal brand, for looking for career opportunities, etc. Today, networking is extremely important. This very famous business leader, management expert told something which is very profound. He said, your network is your net worth. Oftentimes, we ignore this fact. We believe I'm great at what I'm doing, I have great expertise, the world will know me. Why do I need to network? She says, in today's world where people's memory is short lived, the world is at a fast pace. Unless you network, you may be in trouble. Your net worth is your network. This is a very profound and powerful statement. I can see some hands going up, but I think we can probably park the questions if you have any towards the end when we have this question and answer session. Today the space is competitive, extremely crowded, and if you have to establish yourself, find a job, create a niche for yourself, you have to keep in mind that you are in a crowded space. How can you be the face in the crowd? And the question is, how can we use LinkedIn to be the face in the crowd? So that in a crowded space, in a competitive space, your potential recruiters, your future employers can spot you, can find you out, can locate you, so that you don't go unnoticed. Students and faculty members who are present in this session today, I'm going to give you a formula today for free, a very powerful formula that you can use all your life. And probably you can become more resourceful by using this formula. And I'm not going to charge you any money for that. But remember, you can make use of this. The formula goes like this. Q multiplied by A is equal to I. You might be wondering, what is Q, what is A, what is I? I have given the expansion of the abbreviation at the bottom. You can see that. Sometimes we bring in enough expertise, knowledge, wisdom, capability, but we still don't make an impact. And there are people in this world who know how to brand themselves, and they know how to draw attention of others to what they do, even if they don't do something great, but they're good at branding, but they also don't make a lot of impact. In this world, those people make impact, lasting impact, are the ones who have both, who have quality and who can know how to brand themselves, their products, their services that they're offering. So if you have great quality, burning midnight oil, struggling to establish yourself, you still may not be able to create an impact unless you draw attention. If you're in a company, you're working very hard, but if your manager doesn't know what you're doing, your manager's manager doesn't know what you're doing, your leadership in the organization doesn't know what you're doing, you will get unnoticed. You will not get recognized. You must know how to create impact. You must know how to draw attention. You must know how to brand yourself. But if you're great at branding, but your quality of work is poor, you might create impact for some time, for a short time, but it'll fizzle out after some time. Two things are important in life: quality of work and the attention that you draw to the quality of work Only quality of work is not going to take you far. Only attention, branding is not going to take you far. If you really want to create impact, you must have quality, you must have attention. In this session, we're going to focus more on attention, not so much on quality, because I believe that you already have quality. You have great capability, you have great stuff. Okay. I believe that you're going to take care of that. I'm going to help you explain, understand. I'm going to help you understand how you can use LinkedIn to draw attention to yourself, to create a niche for yourself, to become a face in the crowd. How can you manage your career better using LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a social media platform. Social media is a tool to create your own brand, promote your ideas, and enhance your career opportunities. Goes without saying that social media is a powerful tool. If you look at some of the social media statistics, internet today has about 4.5 billion users. The population of the world is about 8 billion, and then 4.5 billion people in the world use it. There are 3.7 billion people in the world who use social media, right? That's a mind-boggling number. On an average, people have 7.6, on an average, people have 7 to 8 social media accounts. So most of us have LinkedIn, Facebook. Now Facebook is called Meta. Then Twitter, then Instagram, then Quora, and then so many other. I think each one of us probably have, on an average, about 7 social media accounts. The average time that a person spends daily on social media is 142 minutes. I'm not surprised if you're spending, more than 2.5 hours every day on social media. Imagine what is your time that you remain awake throughout the day, and then 2.5 hours of that time goes to social media. Social media users grow by 320 million between October 2018 and October 2019. So this data is about 2 years old. Imagine how many more social media users would have got added to the list in the last couple of years. And they should have phenomenally got increased because of the pandemic, because more people have access to computers, laptops, tabs, and smartphones, which means 10 new social media users get added per second. That's a mind-boggling number. As we speak, some 30 social media users have already been added before I could complete the sentence, right? Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp handle about 60 billion messages per day. Imagine the power social media brings today. How is social media being used in business? Social networks earned an estimated 8.3 billion from advertising in 2015. 90 billion was spent on social network advertising in 2019. Companies have spent 90 billion USD on social network advertising. So they're advertising in LinkedIn, advertising in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so many other platforms. 38% organizations plan to spend more than 20% of their total advertising budget on social media channels. 83% of Fortune 500 companies have a presence in Twitter, right? So almost every company, 8 out of 10 companies in this world have presence in Twitter. Not only in Twitter, they have presence in LinkedIn, they have presence in Facebook and other platforms. People aged between 55 and 64 are more than twice as likely to engage with branded content than people in the age group of 28 or less. This is interesting. We always thought the younger people use social media more, but the fact is people who are middle-aged people in the middle age group are more likely to rely on social media to trust brands and decide which brand they should go for. 96% of people discuss brands online. Do not follow those brands' own profiles. That's something interesting. 78% of people who complain to a brand via Twitter expect a response within an hour. You're not happy with Airtel, you're not happy with Vodafone service, you just write a tweet on Twitter, you tag the Airtel handle or the Vodafone handle or the Indian Railways handle or whatever, whichever other company or organization. 91% of retail brands use 2 or more social media channels. Almost every retail brand is using social media channels. 81% of small and medium businesses use some kind of social platform. So social media is not just social, it's commercial, it's business. You can see the amount of, you can see the number of organizations using social media to promote their brands. You can see the number of people who are on social media to promote themselves, their products and services. If you're not in this space, you are missing out an opportunity. Okay, that was a quick run through of social media. Now, why LinkedIn? LinkedIn is also a social media platform. Let's look at some of the statistics about LinkedIn. LinkedIn today has over 660 plus million members. You are probably one of them. And you have an opportunity to connect with so many people. Of course, you can't connect with all of them, but you have an opportunity, you have a choice to connect with many, many, many people, many professionals. LinkedIn has 675 million monthly users who are active users who are using this every month. 40% of monthly active users use LinkedIn every day. Now the question is, are you part of that 40% or are you on the 60%? But this 40% of monthly active users use LinkedIn every day for a reason. Because they get some benefit out of it, they come back to it day after day, every day. Your choice is where do you want to fit in. 61 million LinkedIn users are senior level influencers. 61 million, almost 10% of the LinkedIn members are influencers, senior level people, top-notch professionals, leaders of industries, and so on. LinkedIn is the most used social media platform among Fortune 500 companies. Fortune 500 companies use LinkedIn. It is the most used social media platform by them. 2 billion millennials globally. 87 millions of them are on LinkedIn. So there are 2 billions in this world, in millennials in this world, and then 87 million of them are on LinkedIn. I hope majority of population today in this audience are millennials. I hope you belong to that 87 million people. Of those 87 million millennial users, 11 million are in decision-making positions. That's interesting. That's interesting. This indicates that more and more and more millennials are occupying leadership positions in organizations, right? So earlier we thought a company's CEO, CXO level leader must be 20 plus years of experience. But now people in their 20s are becoming CEOs and CXOs in companies, right? Now the IIT passing out and then starting a startup. I hope there are many from GIBS and other B schools and other organizations who are part of this today are thinking of becoming entrepreneurs, founders of organizations. And some of you must be really thinking of going up in your career ladder. 30 million companies are on LinkedIn. So, my dear friends, if we do not use LinkedIn effectively for career management, we're going to miss out on many opportunities. We're going to miss out on opportunity to connect with senior level influencers. We're going to miss out on connecting with Fortune 500 companies. We're going to miss out on connecting with our peers, the millennial population. We're going to miss out on connecting with large number of companies who are on LinkedIn, who are recruiting using LinkedIn, who are advertising using LinkedIn, who are promoting their services and brand using LinkedIn and so on. I don't think we should miss out on this opportunity. Now the question is, how can we leverage LinkedIn? Okay, so if you want to really leverage your LinkedIn, you will have to keep in mind about four things. You have to take care of a profile. You have to figure out how to, you have to first figure out how to build your profile using LinkedIn, then how to network using LinkedIn, how to search for jobs using LinkedIn, and how to create your brand using LinkedIn. These are four things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to leveraging LinkedIn for better career management. Now, the question is your profile. How do you build a great profile on LinkedIn? Why it is important to build a great profile? As I said, you need to stand out in a crowded space. And LinkedIn is a crowded space. It has 660 million members, right? If you just create yet another profile, you will be it'll be one of those 660 million members. How do you really create a profile which attracts companies to you, recruiters to you, your other professionals towards you? How can you build a good profile? Let me share my LinkedIn profile so that we can discuss a few things. Can you see my LinkedIn profile now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see, sir.
Okay. The first and foremost thing is your profile picture. It should be a professional looking picture. It should not be a picture with your dog, with your pet dog. It should not be a holiday picture. It should not be a family picture. It should not be a picture with your friends. It should not be a picture of yourself, on the beach. It should be a professional looking picture. It should be a headshot. You should have your head clearly visible, and you should be in professional attire, like Sandeep is dressed right now. You should be professionally dressed and then take a picture with a broad smile, which naturally gives a positive vibe to the recruiter or employer who is looking at you. Now, next is your profile, your tagline, okay, which most of the recruiters will search by the tagline, right? So I have mentioned here, Global Head Talent Transformation and Learning and Development. Okay, so that's my current position and my tagline. When the recruiter is looking, the recruiter is looking for a training head or a talent transformation head or an L&D head. And if they're searching global head training, global head L&D, there is a possibility that this name will come up first, right? So that's why your tagline is important. What else is important? There is something called open to. I will come to that in a while. When we discuss job search, we'll discuss that. Now, then if you look at my profile, I have given, my profile talks about not only my tagline or my current position, it also gives a brief description about myself, right? It talks about who I am. It is important that you don't just create a profile and then leave it there. Give a brief description about yourself, which talks about who you are. In that section, talk about your special capabilities, your experience, the special abilities that you have. Talk about your achievements and accomplishments. Talk about the skills and competencies that you have briefly. Write one paragraph about yourself in the about section in the profile. In some sessions like this, participants ask me, they said, Mr. Mohapatra, I'm a fresher. I don't have anything to talk about. What should I write there? Well, you may be a fresher, but you have spent 20 years, 22 years in your life. You may not have got work experience, but you might have been part of a Rotary Club, a Rotaract Club. You might have been part of your universities or B schools, book readers club. You might be leading the marketing club in your B school. You might have won let's say, an archery championship. You might have been, you might have created a bot as a student, as in computer science engineering student. You might be having your own YouTube channel. We don't know. You might be having a lot of things. Every human being is born with unlimited potential. And I'm sure you have infinite potential and you have so many credentials to talk about. So, about section is not only your professional things. If you've done something personally, otherwise, as a pastime, as a hobby, you have created a good product, you have created a robo in your school or your university, talk about it. If you have been a speaker in TEDx, if you have participated in an international conference, talk about it. There are so many things to talk about. Okay. And the profile also has several other sections which talks about my experience. In each of my experiences, I have talked about, I have not only given my title, I have also mentioned about the roles and responsibilities. So I'm not going to get into the details now, but when I say I'm working for Wipro Digital Operations and Platforms, I'm working here for last 5 years and 8 months. My title is Global Head Talent Transformation. What is my responsibility? What does this role imply? I'm responsible for building organizational capability and supporting learning needs of 60,000 plus employees at Wipro Digital Operations and Platforms across India, Asia Pacific, Europe, North America, and Latin America. This scope of the role includes leadership development, domain as well as technology training across all bands and geographies. Talked about what my role is all about. Indians generally are shy of talking about themselves. We say, oh, okay, I don't want to blow my own trumpet. People will work with me, they will know me. But in LinkedIn, you cannot be shy about blowing your own trumpet or talking about yourself because here you are in a crowded space. And if somebody has to be interested in your profile, they need to understand, they need to know more about you so that they may be interested in your profile. So it's very important that you use this opportunity to showcase who you are, what value addition you can bring to the organization which is looking for you. If you don't talk about yourself, they will not know, they will not be interested in your profile. So use this opportunity. This is a fantastic social media platform, professional social media platform to create your own personal brand. If you don't do that, then you're losing out on opportunity. Remember, recruiters don't spend more than 15 to 17 seconds on one profile. 15 to 17 seconds. They move on to the next profile. They move on to the next profile. They move on to the next profile. But if your profile is interesting, they will stop by and spend more time. Otherwise, not more than 15 to 80, 17 seconds. This is what research says. Data says that not more than 15 to 17 seconds. You will really have to make it attractive. Remember the formula that I talked about? Q multiplied by A is equal to I, which is impact, right? So remember that in the profile section, talk about your profile. Have a good picture, professional looking picture, have a good tagline, and write a brief description about yourself for the about section. It can always be edited. Whatever you write is not cast in iron, it can be changed. You can go to the edit section and then change it, and so on. I can change here whatever I want to do and I can save it. And you can then chronologically talk about your experience from the latest organization to the oldest organization. Now, what about people who have got no experience? If you don't have any experience, talk about internship opportunities, talk about the projects that you worked on, talk about the other social activities that you have been part of. Have you been a part of a club? Have you been part of your debating society in the college? Have you been and talk about have you created something? Have you invented something? Have you if you're a blogger, if you write blogs, give a link to mention that you are a blogger. You have been writing blogs on marketing. You're writing travel blogs. You're writing blogs on technology. Give a link to your blog, right? It is important that you talk about yourself. And experience is not only about professional experience. It is not only about work experience. It can be other experience also. I've switched back to the slides. Can you see the slides now?
Yes, it is visible, sir.
It's visible now? Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Second, I was just trying to, yeah, I'm putting it on the slideshow. All right. Now let's move on. The next one is your network. How do you build a network using LinkedIn? LinkedIn has, as we said, that some 600 million plus users. But you don't have to network with everyone, with all the 600 million. And LinkedIn will also not allow you to have so many connects. I think LinkedIn has a limit. If I remember correctly, which is about 32,000 is the limit. You can't exceed that. Now the question is, then how do you be selective? Whether you have 32,000 or not, that doesn't matter. But how do you have good quality people in your network? So the way to network with people is to decide on who should you include in your contact or connection list. There are typically, I believe, from my personal experience, that there are three categories of people. One category of people are people who belong to your industry, your domain. So if you are a marketing guy, if you are doing your MBA with marketing specialization from GIBS, then you can look at marketing experts in the industry, marketing managers, marketing VPs, marketing general managers, a head of marketing for a retail company, head of marketing for an IT company, and so on. So you can narrow down your search to the industry and to the domain. It is important because you are pursuing your management degree in a particular domain. You are likely to get into that domain as a professional. It is good to network with senior leaders from that industry. The second category would be HR leaders, because irrespective of your domain, HR guys are the ones who are responsible for attracting talent, retaining talent. They are scouting for talent. So it's good to be connected with some of them. The third category of people would be your peers in the similar age group who probably students like you, or they're about to start a career, or they have just started a career. Because peers help each other the most, isn't it? Right? So if you find a job in a company, you refer your friends to the same company. So it's good to be connected with your peers on LinkedIn as well, because otherwise, your peer could have so many friends, but when he or she sees you on the network, he or she is reminded of you. So in my personal opinion, you should have these three categories of people. The first two are senior people. The third is your peer group, right? Now, how do you reach out to people, senior people particularly? I receive about 10 to 12 LinkedIn requests from students like you who are about to complete their management degree or engineering degree and so on. And typically, most of them send a connect request just like that, because you can click, you can search for a person and then click on connect. And it just sends a message to that person that I would like to connect with you or whatever. But you're not going to make an impression on that person. That person also might be receiving many requests like this. Why should he pick up? Why should he accept your connection request? He also has a limit to which he can, to the number of connections he can have. That is one kind of request that I get. And I believe that many senior leaders get such requests, and they probably ignore many of them. The second category of requests that I see is where the person sounds very desperate. Sir, please help me find a job. Please help me find a job in your organization. My dear friend, why should I help you find a job in your organization? I don't know who you are. I don't know what background you have, what experience you have, what qualities you have. Why should I give you one? There are so many people who probably are looking for jobs. Why should I give you a job? Well, I'm not saying I'm not interested in helping you, but the question is, why should I give the job to you? So these are two kind of requests that keep coming. My 2 cents would be, don't look desperate. Don't send a connect request to a senior leader and say, and in the connection request, don't write that I'm looking for a job desperately, please help. In this world, if you're desperate, you do not command respect, right? If somebody will give you a job, that person will give you a job because you deserve that job. Nobody will give you a job because you're desperate, right? So use the opportunity to showcase yourself. So when you're sending a connection request to a senior leader, you can say that I'm a final year student, an MBA in human resources domain in GIBS Business School, Bangalore. And I have seen your profile, and I believe that if I connect with you, I would have a great opportunity to learn from you. Your profile looks very interesting. You have done immense amount of work in the field of human resources. I would like to connect with you for professional, to learn more from you, to learn from your experience and expertise. This will look appealing to me. I'll say, hey, young man or woman who is interested in learning, who is interested in my profile, who has appreciated my experience and expertise and wants to leverage my experience and expertise, wants to learn from me. I could be interested, right? So write down the connection request in such a way that tells something about yourself. It doesn't appear as a random request, the 10 or 15 of them that I receive every day. Your request should stand out in all the requests that I'm receiving. And I'm kind of, you provoke me into thinking and then accepting your connection request, right? So once you network, it's important to stay in touch. It's not just enough to send a connection request and then remember that person only when you need a job in his company. That's how networks don't operate. You have to stay in touch. Isn't of senior people, not send them messages about how are you, what are you doing, how's your children, how are your children, etc. So how can you still be in touch? Many senior people write blogs. They post something interesting in their LinkedIn profile. It will be good for you to look at your connection list. Look at their activities, what they're doing. In LinkedIn, there is something called My Activity. Look at their activities. And if they write something interesting, go and comment on it. If you like what they said, go and say that, extremely impressive or very profound thought or very insightful. That person, you are, in a very natural, spontaneous way, you stay in touch with that leader, right? That's why probably there are many leaders who 40% of LinkedIn users who know how to use LinkedIn powerfully, effectively, come back to LinkedIn every day, not just to look for jobs, but to network, to stay in touch with other people. That's a very powerful way to stay in touch. If you create a bot, if you write an interesting program, if you write an article, it may be a good idea to share it with your connections. That's how you stay in touch with your network, right? Go and pass a comment, like their comment. If you agree, then you mention that you agree. If you disagree, don't just say that I disagree and then I am challenging you, but you put forward your point of view in a manner which draws attention from the connection that you have. So that's little bit about networking. Now let's talk about the job search, because you are young professionals. All of you are going to pass out, or many of you will pass out from your B school or other professional institutions. So one of the things that you really look at leveraging LinkedIn is for finding a good job, right? Let's spend some time talking about it. So I go back to my page. Sandeep, once again, I'll request you to indicate if my LinkedIn page can be seen. Okay. So when you go to your LinkedIn profile, on the menu bar, you have something called jobs. If you click on this, you can see the jobs that LinkedIn has recommended for you using artificial intelligence technology. The tool recommends jobs to you. So that's why your profile is important. The tagline is important. The skills are important. The endorsed skills are important in LinkedIn, right? Because basis whatever skills that you have mentioned, basis whatever experience that you have mentioned, and the keywords that you have used, LinkedIn tool will pull out recommended jobs for you. So if you have mentioned, I mentioned my tagline is Global Head Talent Transformation Learning Development. But if you mentioned like programmer in Python language, right? So it will probably pull out opportunities in Python. I'm just giving an example. Completed a project on artificial intelligence and machine learning. It'll probably pull up jobs around on involving those skills, or jobs which have such experiences, etc. Right? So that's why the skill section is very important. Right? Can you see the skill section here?
Yes.
The skills that I have captured here are performance management, employee engagement, team management. There are colleagues who can also recommend skills for you. They can endorse skills for you. If you have more network, if you have a bigger network, the tool will automatically send notification to your connections and ask them, would you endorse this person for these skills? So I have got about 44 plus skills that are there in my profile. So when anything that matches my skills, if there is a job opportunity that is matching my skill, LinkedIn is likely to show that notification to you in your job section. Now let's go to the job section. When you go to the job section, first thing that you see here is recommended for you. So now LinkedIn has recommended so many jobs for me, right? People partner, regional learning and development leader, development manager. Of course, I'm not going to apply for any of these organizations. I'm happy with my organizations where I'm working. But for the sake of education, I'm just giving you this example that you have many opportunities, right? It recommends jobs to you. Now, how can you search for jobs? Can you see the search button here? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you can go there and you can search by title or skill. You can mention which city, which state that you want to work for, and so on. So here, let's say I'm saying programmer, or let's say something else. Let's say I'm saying finance analyst. Okay. I'm choosing finance analyst. Then I'm choosing a city, which is, let's say, Bengaluru. Okay. And then I'm going to search. So it's going to now give me opportunities for finance analyst opportunities in Bangalore. There are so many jobs it is throwing up. Now you might say, Mr. Mohapatra, I'm a fresher. Okay, no worries. You go to job type. Can you see job type?
Yes, sir. Experience.
Yeah. So you can mention full-time, contract, internship. So if you believe you are if you're looking for an internship opportunity, you can choose internship. Now there is something called experience level. You have no experience, so you're looking for an entry-level job. and you go and click on entry level, right? I click entry level in my experience. Yes. So now it is showing me opportunities which are for finance analyst role for entry level positions in organizations with 0 to 1 year experience or no experience, etc. Right? So these are different ways that you can look for jobs. Now, while you are looking for jobs, recruiters are also looking for you, isn't it? While you go and do a job search, they also go and they do a search for people, right? So when they search for people, their interface looks very different from your interface. They would have bought some other licenses from LinkedIn where they can actually go and search for professionals or interns or freshers and so on. So they can go and look for you. When they're coming and searching for you, remember, they don't spend more than 15 to 17 seconds on one profile. But before 15 to 17 seconds is great. You're lucky that you're spending 15 to 17 seconds. But the more important thing is you should feature in their search. If they're searching for you, if you're not featuring in the top 5, 10 names, if you're featuring in the 200 position, then they're never going to go to that position. They're never going to see you. That's why your profile is very important. When we talked about profile, your skills, your experience, your tagline, your qualification, awards that you have won, projects that you have participated, bots that you have created, blogs that you have written, videos that you have created, you know, all this will make your profile strong. It has a possibility that it will draw the attention of the recruiter. Then he's going to spend say 15 to 17 seconds. But if it looks very impressive, then yes, he's going to spend more time on your profile, right? So spending time on LinkedIn, creating the right profile, building your profile is extremely important. Don't ignore that, right? Now I'm switching back to my slides. You can confirm if you can see that.
Sure. It is visible, sir.
Okay. Now we'll go to the last section, which is creating a personal brand using LinkedIn. How can you create a personal brand? LinkedIn is a powerful tool to create your personal brand. Your profile, if your profile is great, that itself is the first step. If your profile very clearly captures your experience, knowledge, qualification, projects, awards, videos, blogs that you've written, etc., that itself is half the job done, right? What else can you do? There are a few things that you can do on LinkedIn. We'll go back to the profile one more time. Okay. So how can you create a brand for yourself? So I'm an HR professional. For example, I want to create a brand where other HR professionals can see me, know me, that I'm an industry thought leader in HR space or L&D space. So look at my tagline here. My tagline says industry thought leader in learning and development, right? So it is, I want people to know me as an industry thought leader in learning and development. That is the brand intent that I have. What is your brand intent? What you want people to know you for, right? What you want people to know you for when you are in a room having a meeting, when you walk out of that room, what people talk about you is your brand. If they say that this young man is a good coder, good programmer, if they say, oh, this girl is a problem solver, this girl is very good in Python language, that is what your brand. If they say that you are a blogger, if they say that you create a great YouTube videos, that is what your brand is. You define what you want to be known for. That is important. What you want to be known for is what people talk about in your absence, right? Whatever they talk about is your brand because that's how they know you as. Sometimes it so happens that they know you for the wrong things that you don't want to be known for. So you have to change that perception. And a powerful tool for that is your LinkedIn profile. So this is my profile. And if you go to my profile, you can see a few things. Okay. So my profile talks about my experience, etc., that we have already discussed. Now, you can see one thing that I frequently write articles, right? You can see my articles here. How many articles I have? If you go to this section, these are all articles that I've written. Stray articles on stress management, articles on okay, here is an article that I've written on let's move on to this. Okay, let's go to my article section. Yes, so you can look at my profile and then go to the articles that I've written in my activity. When you click on my profile and go to my activity, this is my activity. You see all activities. And when you see my activities, you can see my posts, the documents I have created, articles I have written. Let's look at my articles. Okay, so here are my articles. The latest article that I have written is how to engage with people, understanding conditions that are imperative to navigate through a career journey, right? Stress management. Is it education or mere literation? So I've written something on education. I've written something on learning agility. So if somebody follows me on LinkedIn, he or she would get to read my articles. And he or she would understand that this person writes articles about learning and development, about training, about organization, about HR, about people, about workforce, and so on. Right? Just one second. So that person will get an impression that I write articles on human resources, on people, on workforce, on learning and development, on stress, and so on. So over a period of time, when I keep writing such articles, my followers will form an opinion about me that this guy is an expert in subjects related to workforce, people, stress, learning and development, and so on. Right? So personal brand doesn't happen overnight. Over a period of time, you build your brand. So here is an example how you can use an activity called writing articles in LinkedIn and then create a brand. How do you write an article? You go to your profile page and there is something called start a post. Below that, you have an option. You can post a photograph. You can post a video, create a video on your smartphone and post it. You can post an event. You can write an article. Okay, I can click on write an article and then start writing. I can create a video, save it in my computer, click on video, and then I can upload that video. If I create videos on marketing essentials, then I can create videos and start uploading them. What happens? My followers will know that this person is an expert in marketing. This person is an expert in finance. This person is an expert in supply chain. If you want to be known as that, this guy is a great programmer. This guy is an AIML, artificial intelligence and machine learning expert, and so on. So create pictures, create videos, write articles, whatever you are comfortable. If you're comfortable in writing blogs and articles, go and do that. If you're comfortable in creating videos, post videos. If you're comfortable in creating a picture and post some message in that, and you want to create a series of pictures every week, that is also another good way of creating a personal brand. But the most important thing to remember is don't just start something and stop it. That is not going to be helpful. What is required is consistency. I started writing more than a year ago, and I have written more than 50 articles already. So almost every 10 days, or at least, I write an article every fortnight, which goes into my LinkedIn profile, right? That consistency will build your brand. Without the consistency, I write one article and then don't do anything for 6 months or 3 months, then you're not going to create a brand, right? So these are various things that you can do to leverage LinkedIn. So the four things to remember: how to create a great profile, how to network, how to search for jobs, or how to stand out before the recruiter so that they find you when they're looking for people, and how to create a personal brand. These are four ways you can use LinkedIn to drive your career management effectively. I will pause here. If you have any questions, I would love to answer.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, Surya Prakash, sir. I'm sure this has helped all of us in a very, very big way. For sure, even if the audience use this for 50%, I'm sure they're going to reap the benefits very, very far. So, hopefully, everybody follow that. And moving ahead to the Q&A section, sir, we have few of the Q&As which are already there. So the first question has been asked by Mr. Soumya Deep. They say how to trust LinkedIn opportunities. Maximum top brands opening does not look authentic. How to deal with these openings? Sir, you're on mute. Sir.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So that is the, how do I say, the predicament, that is the irony of our times. Internet has access to everybody, that it has given access to everybody. So there are genuine users, there are not so genuine users. So you will have to be choosy. You'll have to look at if the brand is not authentic. So if you find a good opportunity, a good idea to go and search in the internet, look for their brand name, Google the company name, and then see whether the company exists. The good way to know a brand is good or not is to understand who are the promoters, what is the revenue of that company, how long that company exists, and so on. I think some of these quick things will be good pointers for you to find out whether a company is genuine or an opportunity is genuine or not. But you can't help it. You will have all kinds of opportunities because internet has created immense opportunity for us. It also comes with the rider.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for that information, sir. Mr. Alok Garg asks, is it worth taking the LinkedIn paid version?
Um, I haven't taken one, and I still have. I don't feel I'm deprived of anything. But the paid version definitely has some extra benefits. It has benefits in terms of your connection, your reaches, the way the premium version helps you kind of accelerate your reach, etc. But if you're a student starting your career, I don't personally believe there is a big need to kind of go for a paid version to start with. Start using LinkedIn effectively, and if you believe that you can get more mileage out of it and then a paid version can help you, you may do that. But when you start, I would not recommend that you go for it.
Great, thank you so much for that, sir. Then the next question has been asked by Mr. Mohan Desai. How few people get many likes and I don't get 10 likes also? What kind of post should we have to do to reach more people?
First thing is consistency. The people who get more likes probably were not getting so many likes when they started the journey. So when I write an article, I get more likes today than what I used to get 2 years ago, 1 year ago when I was new. I think the most important thing is consistency, writing for quality and not for likes. Because if the focus is on likes, and then you'll be disappointed if you don't get likes, and then you'll think it's not worth it. Let me stop. But it's like, going for your daily exercise. You go for your exercise, and then after 3 days, you see your muscles are still the way they were, and they have not become strong. And you stop exercise, not going to help. You need to exercise for 3 months, for 2 months, or 3 months, or 6 months to reap the benefit. So consistency is important, most important thing. Second is use certain other features. Over a period of time, you gaze what people like and what they don't like. You get into the self-analysis mode and figure out which of my articles are get drawing more likes, which are going ignored. Figure out which time of the day. If you write on a Monday, most likely many people will not notice it because they've just started the week and they're busy working. If you post something on a weekend, is it getting more likes? You observe certain things. Another important thing is hashtag. Use the right hashtags, which people are generally using to search for information. You are more likely to get featured in their searches. These are some of the tips. Most important thing is consistency, not to lose hope, not to determine whether you should write or post or blog or create videos, etc., and post on LinkedIn. Basis how many likes you have got when you have started the journey. Over a period of time, this will evolve.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Farooq Rizvi asked, what is the best way to connect with the recruiters?
Yeah, but before getting to that question, just one more thing. Usually, a picture gets more likes in comparison to text. If you're just putting simple text, you're likely to get less number of likes and comments. But if you post a picture and text below that, you will see the likes are more. Try some of these things, and you will learn by doing more. Sorry,
No, absolutely.
Sandeep.
Thank you so much for that, sir. Mr. Farooq asked, what is the best way to connect recruiters?
The best way to connect recruiters is, well, I think the best way to connect recruiters is to create a great profile with the right skills and description and experience, because you can go and search for recruiters as your and then add recruiters as your connections, but that may not be very helpful. What will be very helpful is building a strong profile so that you draw the attention of the recruiter. That is more important. So well-rounded, well-built, well-prepared, well-written profile is more important. With the right keywords, taglines, etc., is very important.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. We'll take up just one more last question, sir. How will I add my LinkedIn profile to my resume?
You can just give the link. LinkedIn has an option where you can create a link to your profile. Let me see if I can show it to you. I haven't done that for a while, so I'll still try and see. 1 second. So there is an option. I'm not getting it right now, but that option, you can use that option to create a link to your profile. I'll probably share that when I figure out. You can create a link, and that if somebody clicks on that link, it will straight away take that person to your profile.
Okay.
I'll search for it, and then maybe Sandeep, I can share it with you.
Sure, sir. Well, that would be really helpful, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mahapatra sir. It was really indeed very, very informative session for all of us. And I'm sure this will help all of us to get onto the more productive platform of social media, I would say, because there are a lot of other platforms which are available. So thank you so much once again for
I
that.
just have one request, if I can share.
Yes,
So
please.
I've shared my Twitter handle and LinkedIn profile, and also my YouTube channel name. So I have one request. So send me a request on LinkedIn. I'm any of the participants can send a request. I will love to accept your request and stay in touch with you. Just mention that you attended this session so that I know that you are there and I accept. The second request is I have a YouTube channel. My request is to subscribe to this channel. I create videos on career management, how to face interviews, how to attend interviews, etc., on different aspects of career and professional development. Do subscribe to my channel, which is use Surya Mohapatra Official. If you subscribe, you'll automatically get notifications. Thank you very much. I'll be thankful if you do that.
Sure, sir.
Thanks.
We would love to do so. Thank you so much for that, sir. So, the gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for, you have more to like do so. The more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. I, Sandeep Bansali, on behalf of GIBS Business School Bangalore and the entire family of GIBS, extend my sincere thanks to Mahapatra sir and for all our participants as well to be a part of this session and enlightening us on the thank you so much once again sir for enlightening us on how to use the LinkedIn for the effective career management. Thank you for all the useful tips and the information. I'm sure this session will help the audience to understand more about the customer experience. I extend a sincere thanks to all our associates, beloved students, and the education fraternity for making today's session a resounding one. GIBS always believes in seeing is believing. I bet you will love the state of art infrastructure and you will love meeting the team of innovative minds at GIBS who believes in spreading the power of positivity. Looking forward to meet you all in person. So we would like to welcome you all to the GIBS campus. So once anytime you're there in Bangalore, we would love to welcome you to the campus to explore the innovative minds of GIBS. And one important announcement I would like to make it here is we would like to invite for our next upcoming webinar, which is on the national level workshop we have on redefining business innovation, the ethos of management on 5th March. That is 5th March, 2 p.m. And you can watch all the videos, what all videos we have. All these videos will be again posted on our YouTube channel as well. So you can watch these videos live on YouTube and you will be getting a certificates by all the participants. I think we have got few questions on certificates as well. So you will be getting your certificates by 2nd of March. That's within a couple of days you will be receiving your certificates on your email ID. So do follow us on all the social media platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Telegram, Insta, Facebook, and we wish you a great evening ahead. Thank you once again, Surya sir. It was really nice having you with us and we would love to hear you more from your end, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure. Sandeep, if there was we did not get enough time to answer all the questions, if the questions can be captured and emailed to me,
Sure,
I
sir.
can answer those questions, which we could not answer due to lack of time.
Certainly, sir. So I'll do that, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Sandeep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, GIBS. Thank you, the leadership. Thank you, Professor Lakshmi, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure having you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir.